Hey guys, Jinloxy here. So the Steam countdown has effectively begun. So this is the Steam support article, effectively, ironically released on April 1st, about Windows 7 and 8 support. Basically anything less, any lower version of Windows below 10, as of January 1st, 2024, you're not gonna be able to use Steam anymore. So that you might think this dates this video, like, oh, in the future we won't have to worry about it, but no, because this isn't the first time this has happened, and it, unfortunately, will probably not be the last. Now, I do have a question for you guys towards the end of the video, just about thoughts, suggestions from me going forward. But first, let me kind of explain my reasoning. There's multiple reasons why I think this is bad, but I do want to address two. Okay. The first reason is not quite obsolescence, but basically older games no longer working. The older they become, and the march of progress, so to speak, older games stop working. Windows 10, less games work than Windows 8.1. With Windows 7, more games worked than on 8.1. I tried playing Fallout 3 the other day, it didn't work. I can play Septerra Core, other people can't. And this is not a, Steam GOG issue, it's just as, upgrades for Windows occur and people switch to them, older games just won't work anymore. And you could say, oh, well, play new games, nerd, or whatever, and it's like, look, let me point to the World of Warcraft dragon in a wheelchair if you want examples as to maybe why you want to keep older games around, or even the Battlefield 5, like, woman amputee fighting in World War II. Like, come on. Games these days, yes, there are some fantastic games that are getting released and will get released, but realistically speaking, you want to have all your games. I want to be able to play games from 20 years ago. Of course, it's not always feasible, but the planned obsolescence where it's like, oh, we need to update, that's just BS. Right. Second reason is Windows 10 and on have more and more telemetry. Now, they've been pretty transparent about their motives, but maybe not necessarily all the possible applications of those motives, because, the whole thing is you'll own nothing and you'll be happy, right? Ideally, they would want you to pay for a subscription to whatever. They just want the money to keep flowing in from you to them. Like, I don't know about you guys, I don't really trust Microsoft, okay? The fight against consumer rights, user rights, has been ongoing and constant, and what they effectively want to do is make your computer more like your phone, which arguably maybe you don't own the phone either. By the way, this music in the background, if you're curious, I think Short Fat Otaku uses the same one. This is from the Parasite Eve soundtrack, Out of Phase, which is another fantastic game that's older that you can't really play anymore, or at least it's harder to do. And yeah, it's on repeat, so it's going to have weird, awkward pauses and stuff, but that's how it goes. Their goal, back to the topic at hand, is they want to own your computer, and they just want you to pay for them to do so. Now, the big thing is this trusted computing thing, which I don't know how far along it is, but it's basically in the name of allegedly keeping you safe. They need to have full access to your computer and control what goes on it. Now, they already can scan what software and programs is running, and potentially, I know they have the ability to scan your entire hard drive and read the files and stuff, right? The problem is, let's say because they need to have access and control in order to keep you safe, in order to keep malicious programs from running. So what about, Russia? Oh, games from Russia, they're inconvenient at the moment. Current thing says we don't like Russia. Sorry, your Russian games don't work. Maybe is Stalker Russian? I don't know. I know there are Russian games. I don't know what they are. But maybe they won't work anymore. Maybe we're gonna just region lock your computer, so only, Western games. Maybe you can't get, if there's a game in Japan, maybe you can speak Japanese, but it doesn't matter. It's not available over here. It's not available on Steam. Now, we already know all these big tech companies are colluding with each other. But they don't even have to do that, right? What if Windows is like, nah, we're only going to support Steam? Or we're going to, and GOG is going all woke with their ESG thing, I guess, now. So what if they're like, oh, yeah, you have to support ESG, otherwise we're, we need some trans games in there. And oh, by the way, this Hogwarts game, it's a little problematic. I mean, the J.K. Rowling, she's a transphobe, so we can't let you play that game. Sorry. No, the Hogwarts thing was too big. Maybe they couldn't. I do believe that if they're not in a position to straight up stop games, they will be soon. And maybe Hogwarts was too big to do that with, but do we know of any people that have already been blocked? It's like, oh, game's not working. I mean, it's not going to come out and say, oh yeah, we're not allowing your game. It's just like, man, this game, it's just so buggy. I don't understand. Just buggy game. All they have to do is do whatever they do, and boom, the developer, the indie dev, is instantly, your game just doesn't work. What a piece of trash. Negative reviews. They'll never know. They're like, it works on my system. I don't understand. They don't even have to do it for everybody. They can just do it for enough people to drive the reviews to crap. Maybe they let 1 out of every 100 people do it, So those are the two big reasons that I think. Now on to what is, my question going forward. Sorry, I didn't do this in advance. Let me rephrase that. I rehearsed this plenty, and then getting here, I'm like, okay, whatever. Let's just do it. We'll wing it. So I'm not going to update my computer to Windows 10 or 11 or 12. At least not anytime soon. I have a couple thoughts, at least for the rest of this year. I'm going to play as many games on Steam, get them out of my backlog, finish them as if at all possible. Complete as many games as possible. After that, I don't know. I thought about getting maybe like a gaming laptop. The thing is, I don't make any money doing this channel stuff. I, in fact, lose money, but I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for the games and my own enjoyment. So, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily mind getting a gaming laptop with Windows on it that I only use for gaming, because I don't want them, controlling my computer, my primary computer. But who knows? So I might do that. At least the plan right now is finish out the year and then switch over to GOG, because I have a ton of games backlogged on there. And then maybe get a gaming laptop then, and I could maybe record on that and then transfer them to this computer. I don't know. I'm curious what you guys think, if you have any thoughts. But that's basically it for today. This hopefully was okay. I mean, hopefully the video was okay. Like I said, I rehearsed it a bunch and it sounded great in my head when I was doing it, but actually putting it out there and like staring at myself on the camera, for whatever reason, I gotta be honest, got out of the sauna super hot, took a super hot shower after that like an idiot, and then ate a really spicy sausage, and I put spicy mustard on it. So like, I'm pretty warm right now. that could be the reason my brain's not fully functioning. But anyway, that is it for today. I do look forward to your guys, blah blah blah, your guys' comments. Any there's Jack. Any questions, comments, concerns, good, bad, or different? Let me hear them. Especially about this. I'm really curious what you guys, if you have thoughts for what I should do going forward as someone that. I mean, this computer's old anyway. I wouldn't want to upgrade it. I wouldn't want to switch to Windows 10 on it because I don't know how well it would handle it. You know, it's entirely possible the switching process would completely screw things up. That's always a possibility. You know, just delete my whole hard drive by mistake. And I mean, like I said, it's an older computer anyway. Even if I were to switch, it wouldn't necessarily be able to run the newest games. In fact, I'm almost certain it wouldn't. So, who knows? But I do read all your comments, assuming they're not memory hold. I do try and respond to all of them. And I do hope to see you guys next time. So then, guys, take care.